the streak is over. So at least got that. Save those ticket stubs. Good morning to you. Good Friday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Pirates. It comes your way bright and early every weekday. If you're into football and or hockey, I also offer daily shots of Steelers and Penguins in the same place that you found this. Brewers 8, Pirates 5. Last night at PNC Park. The home team, however, having the semi-last laugh by scoring twice in the ninth inning to end what would have been the longest stretch in Major League Baseball history of being held to fewer than 5 runs. That ends tragically at 26 games. It ended, of course, on a fielder's choice. Like, it couldn't even have been an interesting run. Not that any of it mattered. Mike Burrows was recalled from Indianapolis. He got hit pretty hard. 4 runs in 5 innings. Half of that came on 2 solo bombs by Christian Yelich. And the Brewers did what they always do to the Pirates. They scored a ton of runs. Even when the Brewers aren't good, they do this to the Pirates. They're a game under 500. And the Pirates, of course, are right back to that .333 winning percentage they've been hovering around now for several weeks. But that's okay, because I have it on good authority that the general manager has done nothing wrong, and that all that needs to be happening here is that everybody just needs to summon some greater inner patience for the process. This was his response at a media gathering yesterday afternoon to a question about why the Pirates' hitting acquisition/development seems to be so far behind the pitching.
I mean, we're digging into that every single day, and you know, like, look, we know that there can be a lag between the work we're doing and the results. So, I've said before, I'll say again, I'm very confident in the people and the effort that is going toward our assessment of hitters, our development of hitters, the environment we're creating around hitters. There's a ton of focus and energy from very talented people, both in evaluation and development. We're seeing some signs of progress. We need more, no question about it. And, you referenced it, like, we want guys from AAA to, out the door now. that will be good. Still think that can happen this year. We want more of it over time, and there's opportunity there. So we have to stay focused on it, and everybody knows we've got to score more runs, and that's not going to happen just by saying it and hoping for it. You got to do the work to do it.
I would tell you that I don't want to be that guy that parses every syllable that he speaks, but I actually do want to be that guy. So I'm gonna read this one back to you. Look, we know that there can be a lag between the work we're doing and the results. He can't acknowledge that it's gone badly. He can't acknowledge that there are no hitters. There are no hitters in Pittsburgh. There are no hitters in Indianapolis. There are no hitters in Altoona. There are no hitters in Greensboro. There's one, count him, one hitter in Bradenton. That's Connor Griffin. And he has the gall to say that there's just a lag. Look, here, I'm going to say it again now. Listen to this. Look, we know that there can be a lag between the work we're doing and the results. This, my friends, is something that you say in year 1 or 2. Maybe you get away with it in year 3. In year 6, when you're the worst team anywhere this side of Denver, and heaven help us, even the Rockies are better offensively than the Pirates are, you can't say things like that. You just can't. You can't say them and have anyone, anywhere, take you seriously. He's making it sound as if, well, they have done all this magical work. It just hasn't arrived yet. There can be a lag between the work we're doing and the results. Continuing this quote, by the way, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm very confident in the people and the effort that is going toward our assessment of hitters, our development of hitters, and the environment we're creating around hitters. End quote. What? Where are the hitters? Why would anybody give a crap about the environment that you're creating around them if they can't hit? Try a different environment then, send them to Mars, see how they react to a total lack of oxygen or something, because this environment does not create hitters. There are no hitters. Soon enough, they'll find a way to make sure that Connor Griffin can't hit either if they're allowed to. But wait, I'm not done. He says, we need more, no question about it. We want guys from AAA to pound the door down. That would be good. That's not me saying that. He actually said that. That would be good. Yeah, you think? It would be good if there were hitters in Indianapolis who were pounding the door down. The hitters that they have in Indianapolis can't even reach the doorknob. And wait, I'm not, come on, give me one more, all right? So he ends it with, everybody knows we've got to score more runs. That's not going to happen just by saying it and hoping for it. You've got to do the work to do it. Yeah, but it's also not going to happen by either saying or hoping that this other nonsense that you spoke is true. Because there's a word for that too. It's delusion. If he actually believes that he's got the right people creating the right environments for the development and the assessment of hitters. And I love, by the way, that he had to throw in the assessment because that includes the analytics people, because the analytics people are what's required to be able to watch this team and go back to the boss and say, hey, boss, I don't think these guys can hit. Yeah, the saying and the hoping and everything else. I can't. When we come back, J1Q. If you're looking for a great dining experience, look no further than North Shore Tavern, located directly across Federal Street from PNC Park, next door to Mike's Beer Bar. North Shore Tavern is Pittsburgh's home for steak on a stone. Enjoy your steak finished on a hot lava stone in front of you, where you ensure each piece is cooked to exactly your liking. Or try their rotating selection of entrees, hot sandwiches, salads, and burgers, all while enjoying the ambiance dedicated to the great players and history of the Pittsburgh Pirates all around you. Come see why everyone's talking about North Shore Tavern and steak on a stone.
It's Gun Storage Check Week. Help prevent unwanted access to your firearms. No one wants their unsecured gun to be used in an accident, a suicide, or a crime. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to secure your firearms. Learn more at gunstoragechek.org. That's gunstoragechek.org. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
Before we go to J1Q today, I feel like I owe everybody here an individual round of applause. You're the best. Not just because you put up with this show, not because you put up with this team, but because you can actually come up with questions that have something to do with anything that isn't what I just talked about. It just blows my mind. But they do come in. But Anson, yeah, you got a good one here. And you say, is it time to move on from Andrew McCutchen? I admire him. I own a number 22 jersey. But the team is going nowhere, and might the plate appearances that he's getting be better used to see if someone like Henry Davis can actually figure Major League pitching out? I know what he means to the organization, but giving a 38-year-old regular playing time on a likely 100-loss team isn't doing much for the future. If we're being honest, I don't think Joel Brown, Sid Thrift, and $100 million could turn this team around for 2026. Anson, first off, I respect the way you came at the question. It wasn't cutting him up. It wasn't doing anything like that. Kutch actually hasn't been bad, even within the context of this awful offense. He's got a 716 OPS. When you look at the regulars in this group, Kutch is right up there. I mean, O'Neal Cruz is at 783, Joey Bart's at 700, and then Reynolds is obviously disappointing at 618. Kutch is still your team's, technically speaking, if you go by qualified players, meaning those who are qualified for the National League batting title, that definition has never changed. It means you average 3.1 plate appearances per your team's game. The Pirates have 5 players qualified for that. Kutch has the second best OPS, again, behind Cruz. And so the main issue that I have with you bringing that up is that A, Kutch is still one of your better hitters, and B, if you're going to sit an old guy, you'll be rocketing Tommy Pham to the moon. Like yesterday, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and another double play grounded into. I'm not of the opinion that Bart needs to be a DH to get at bats. Bart can play first base. Bart can platoon with your existing platoon first baseman, Spencer Horwitz, who everyone acknowledged even before the acquisition was a platoon guy. He's not going to hit lefties. You can go right ahead and teach Bart first base. I saw a movie not that long ago in which someone said that playing first base was incredibly hard. That's right, pal. All right. That's it for this week. We'll be back Tuesday with another episode of Daily Shot of Pirates. To everyone who listens to this show, thank you so much and have a safe and rewarding Memorial Day weekend.